happy weekend to you all from the North, South, East, and West listeners of the Ideal Art Talk Season 2. Alright, a fortnight ago and a week ago, it's been what it is. And Mal cannot speak while we are just coming up again. Alright, you're welcome. With you in the studio is no other person but your host, Hadeshin Roslyn. And this will be the last section series on the theme, the three-seaters in the soul. The three-seaters in the soul. Yeah, stay tuned and we shall be right back. Alright, and you're welcome back. Alright, for a quick recap of all we've treated so far, I'm gonna take it a little faster today. Okay, we on the series, the three-seaters in the soul, and we talked about the mind, we talked about the emotion and the 4 bars of the emotional strategies to apply. And the first was the self-awareness strategy, the self-management strategy, the social awareness strategy, and now today we're going to look at the relationship management strategy and the third seater, which is the will. Okay, it would be much time to spend talking on the previous seaters in the soul, so you have to go listen to those previous episodes to grasp the full knowledge of what we're talking about, right? So before I go into the last one, okay, let me put it like this. Let's go into the last one. So before I move to the will, I'm going to establish the real why we give this long theme much attention. Okay, the relationship management. Why is this important? Okay, this is the ability to use awareness of your own emotion and those of others to manage your interactions successfully. Okay, having a good relationship matters. All right, they are very poor, and there are situationship. All right, so funny. It's kind of relationship where it's you're the one doing, or it is the other person doing, and it's either you or the other person is not getting back. That's a situationship. Now that's bad. Alright, it's good we ensure a clear communication and effective handling of conflict. And that is why we have to choose our relationship right. Okay? So having a good relationship, it's it boils down on how we understand people and how we treat them and the history we share with them. Right, and how one relationship leads to the other relationship. It boils down to the kind of tribe, the kind of community we move with, the kind of people we move with, how we choose our friends. We have to select our friends like beans. How we pick the beans. You have to pick them like beans. Select the ones that are good, the ones that are that have nothing to hurt to you. Select them like beans. Okay, and as much as relationship is concerned, it has to flow. Okay, in relationship, you don't do something because you are really expecting. You do because you've chosen to give, to love, and let those things you should expect come naturally. Okay, that is how healthy relationship. So in a relationship, what do? You are open. Okay, you're open. And you're not just open. You're open when you must have built the right relationship. You're open, and then you enhance your natural communication style, the way you speak and communicate. Okay, that is, you avoid giving mixed signal. Okay, when you mean something, or let me put it this way, say what you mean. And don't say what you don't mean. A good scenario of that, was what happened to me years back. When I was having a conversation with someone, I said a word that portrayed another notion. All right, So the word was bad, really bad. So, but it didn't portray. I was trying to give a word that portrayed, what I was trying to say, what was going on in my heart. But I gave the wrong word, and bam, there was there was a bang, right? So don't say what you don't mean. Say what you mean. Then remember the little things that pack up to a punch, right? As little as helping a friend that has a whole lot of things to carry. Help them. Please, could I help you get, carry some? Helping, just think of anything. Those things add up, right? Having a time with your friend, with family, with those you've selected as your tribe and community. I want to shout out to someone very important, the founder of the 5.0 community. And what happened last Sunday, was very, very significant. That will be the first hangout I will ever attend. Why? Because it really added value to me. It wasn't just a food feast hangout, but it was filled with other things that impacted me and that added more value to me. All right, those are kind of the community people you move with. Those are the kind of relationship you build. Okay, the community has helped me to know more people, to be open, to express who I am. It's a platform. So, but the hangout was so awesome, and that little experience would add up. It will keep adding up to a punch, right? To a document, to a history. All right, and get a feedback with those you move with. If you don't see people to chastise you, to talk to you when you do something wrong, no feedback, then something is wrong, right? You have to get feedback. Ask them, what do you feel about me? When you see me, what do you think, right? Then build trust. It is from there you build trust. In building trust, you explain your decision. You don't just make them. There are times that you don't have to explain why you do some things. Why there are other times why you have to explain why you take your decision. Okay? If people that surround you are people you really care for, you really have selected like beings, they are the right relationship, they are the right tribe, right community for you, then whatsoever decision you make, let them know. Explain why. Okay? So it builds trust. Okay? It's good. It's healthy. Then get mad on purpose. Yes. If you have a friend, if you have a community, if you have a tribe, okay, and someone is portraying something not so good, get mad on purpose, right? Be deliberate about being mad. And you're not mad at a person, you're not mad at someone, you're mad at the character, the display. I think that is where things get mixed up. We shouldn't be mad at, an identity, but the character, the display, because we are getting mad at that character and not them. So once the character is out, then the person still remains. Okay, so what else? Acknowledge other people's feeling, right? Acknowledge their feelings. Then compliment other people's emotion or situation. Don't just no. Give listening ears, right? Give listening ears. So our relationships are important. Explaining ourselves, having a good tribe are important, and in the emotion, as much as we should avoid emotion hijacking, as much as we should be very aware, there are some emotions that are very important to display as well, right? They are very good, and displaying emotions, through our will comes from the kind of relationship we have with people. Listen well, this is what I'm trying to say. As long as we surround ourselves with people, great people, that would grow us, that would groom us, that would cheer us, grow, that is increase our knowledge, groom, that is prepare us, and cheer us up, that harness and help us utilize our time well to fulfill our purpose in life, then we should express ourselves. We should flow the emotion deliberately, yes. We should, be deliberate about the emotion we express to them, yes. We should let them know when we care. We should show it. we should show it, and we should divine when we are happy, when we are sad. We should know, the source that triggers that, right? So, and moving on to the final phase, the will. The will. Alright, if you're right there listening to this, the will, in a sentence, what can you say about the will?
I was running away from the truth because they say that the truth isn't sweet. I was living a lie.
Alright, in one word, in a sentence, the will is to habitually do. To habitually do. And right before then, I said I'm going to take us back to why we are, stressing, this episode, this theme. From her text, from 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 13 to 16, it says, so you roll up your sleeve, put your mind in gear, be totally ready to receive the gift that is coming when Jesus arrives. Don't lazily slip back in those old grooves of evil, doing just what you feel like doing. You didn't know any better then. You do now. As obedient children, let yourself be pulled into a way of life shaped by God's life, a life energetic and blazing with holiness. God said, I am holy, be ye holy. The whole essence of, taking us through the journey of the three sitters in the soul is because for a being to exist, the spirit, soul, and body makes up a man, right? So, and the body carries the spirit and the soul. The spirit is of the Lord, and the spirit of the Lord is in a man once he becomes saved. But the soul is still subjected to everything going on around. And in the soul, we have the mind, the emotions, and the will. And it is this will that expresses every other, thing that comes into the soul through the mind, through the emotions. It's the will that expresses it. So this will is the habitual. It is to habitually do something, right? It becomes our person, it becomes who we are, it becomes what defines us. So we have to be deliberate about what we express, what we do, and it comes from those dot and connection from our mind to our emotions and to our actions. Okay, what we habitually do comes in actions, comes in gestures and disposition. They are very important. All right, so and that every will we disclose, we are being intentional, we are deliberate, and it is not really us that do them. As long as we have the Christ life in us, we have Zoe in us, the life of God, we have the Holy Spirit in us that would help us, that every of our will submit to Him. It is His will that prevails, that is being revealed, that people say. Alright, so these things are very important. We have to subject our will to the Lord's will. We are crucified with Christ, nevertheless believe. Yet not I, but Christ lives in us. The life which we live by the faith of the Son of God, who loves us and gave Himself for us. If time permit me, I will take the recap of this section next week. Alright, time is fast spent. Alright, so the three sitters in the soul is very important. That is what the enemy target. The soul of a man is being sanctified from the first talk. It's being sanctified daily. It's being sanctified daily to be, like Christ. Until I come your way, our time is fast spent. Wow. I remain your host. Stay blessed, stay safe. I love you. Yes, I'm going to make another quick recap next week. Bye for now. I love Fridays.